Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you some prediction readings for the 25th of November. Whew. First off guys, welcome anybody new to my channel. We've built a community of like-minded people here. We let each other know what's going on in our country, so feel free to comment down below. Hit those like buttons guys, that helps me a lot. And please consider subscribing as well. It'd be beautiful to have you join our little community of awakened souls here on my channel. Cheers everyone, I have got my coffee. It's a little cloudy this morning, but it's supposed to be quite warm today, so I'm guessing this is morning cloud. It'll probably clear as we're going through the video. The doggos are over there nibbling on some biscuits I've thrown around the garden to keep them busy and try and stop them from knocking the camera over as per usual. First off guys, a little bit of admin. We've always got to touch on a little bit of admin because there's always things going on constantly around the globe, as we know. As there has been in the past 5 years. Firstly, shout out to Wales. Oh my God, and surrounding areas. Lou, I hope you're safe out there. Louise Hayden, you've been on my channel forever. You've got this Bert, it's called, this terrible storm and flooding, and oh, it's really, really bad. We knew there was going to be more flooding and a lot more water coming in different parts of the globe. So at the moment, Wales is copping it. So stay safe over there, anyone in these areas as well. And of course, being the UK, we all question the weather manipulation a lot, don't we guys? I know that's happening here in Queensland too. You're getting abnormal amounts of rain up in Brisbane. I know Jen, you and I have been talking about that. Abnormal amounts of rain. It just doesn't feel right, does it guys? I don't know. It's like I always say, if you're gonna muck around with the weather, you're also mucking around with Mother Nature, and things just don't become normal after a while. Everything gets affected down the line. The other thing here in Oz, yes, we've got the anti-coal protesters in Newcastle in New South Wales. I think it's Newcastle at the coal port. I think it's Newcastle. I get so used to everything happening in Victoria and Melbourne that I'm pretty sure this was in, it was about the coal ports, and they were protesting no more coal and gas. They blocked a big boat and they were getting arrested off their, they were all on these rubber kayaks and things. It was completely mental. Hi Spock. It was crazy. So we got the anti-coal protesters. We call them renter protesters sometimes here guys, because you sort of think, well yeah, stop the coal and gas and then what? Like what's their alternative solution? Obviously the Greens are coming up with some renewable plan. And I also have to just do a shout out to those young tourists who were killed, really they were killed, in Bangkok, in Laos, at that backpackers hostel, or whatever it was, with the apparently vodka being replaced with the, is it methanol? Oh my God, Father, that is so, oh, you cannot even imagine the death that they went through. I think there's 6 of them dead now. But see, this is what's going to start happening, guys, with the cost of everything. People are going to start cutting corners, aren't they? Replacing vodka with, like, methanol. Is it? Oh, like, honestly, they reckon that there was 2 of the girls, they were foreigners. They weren't the Australian girls, but they were vomiting up blood, they reckon, for hours and hours, because it just burns your internal systems. Like, imagine that. Just vomiting up blood and just your whole system being just burnt out. Oh, don't even get me started. I hope they don't lose any more people because there's quite a lot sick from that. So shout out to anyone around that too. That's really horrific. And it's the sign of things to come. People cost cutting, basically. The other thing is, guys, which I just need to mention, our Parliament's closing, I think, at the end of this week. They have a very nice long holiday. They work very hard in Parliament, Elbow and his cronies. And they're squeezing, well, Elbow is apparently, he wants to pass 76 bills this week, in the last week. Like, what the hell are these bills? I'd like to know what's in them. But, just saying that, the disinformation bill flopped. It didn't pass. It didn't pass. Yay! But I bet he tries to push it again. So it hasn't passed here, the misinformation. So good, isn't it? Because that means free speech would be gone if it passed, so it hasn't passed. The other thing is we've got nurses, police officers, etc. all coming out last night on the news, and childcare workers was another one. That would probably incorporate teachers too. They're protesting in Sydney at the moment because they can't afford to live there. And what they're saying is the essential workers can't live in the inner Sydney suburbs. They have to live like right out, whoop, whoop, out of town. So that's a bit of a disaster, and I'm sure that's a common disaster in most capital cities, that it's unaffordable, because we know these nurses, police officers, etc., all the essential services, they don't get paid great money like our politicians, etc. So they're struggling. So they're protesting now here in Oz, in Sydney. I'm actually getting also, I got on the news this morning, they talked briefly about how now Amazon is competing with Coles and Woolies. They must be starting to sell some groceries online. Isn't that funny? Because Amazon used to be more like clothing, giftware, didn't it? Books, etc., etc. Well, apparently they're competing with Coles, Woolies, and I'm guessing competing with Aldi's. They must be going to sell some, funny that, how everything gets directed to Amazon, isn't it? Just saying. I noticed you guys have been mentioning a lot about the connections between Starmageddon and BlackRock. This cannot be good, guys. It's all these big corporate companies that seem to be winning out all the time, isn't it, guys? So thanks for those of you in the UK letting us know everything that's going on, because we don't get it here on the news. No. And we're also getting no rate cuts here in Oz. That's the other thing, the Reserve Bank of Australia, the RBA, no rate cuts, at least till not after May. So nothing to look forward to down here in Oz, as per usual. Of course not, because they want us to struggle and suffer. Go figure. But apparently the inflation's going okay, so no rest there for the little peasants, Lego people. And the other thing is, remember I was telling you about Bunnings, a big hardware store with all their digital facial recognition cameras the other day, you know, trying to help their crime and their shoplifting, blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently they're not backing off. They're going to continue to roll out their facial recognition cameras. And it even breaches privacy laws. But, what's Elbow doing? Oh, that's right. Absolutely nothing. And you should see the footage they showed, guys. If I get any footage of it, I'll leave it on my Facebook page, guys, for you to have a look at. They're showing guys wielding big knives and someone with a shotgun and balaclava, like as if they would have set all that up. There's no way. It's complete idiotness. Actually, some woman this morning was showing me video footage, even here in my country town. She had a grocery stolen. She works in the chemist, and she put her groceries down to go into Smart Dollar or one of those shops, and she just left them at the door, save carting them around. And she had CCTV footage of this guy just lifted them up, this young guy, and was walking along through the Coles arcade with them. So that's happening in a little country town like mine, guys. So this is going to be happening on a global scale. There's just going to be more thieving. So they're going to have the perfect excuses for more cameras and facial recognition. Of course, not telling people where the facial recognition is actually heading. Although the BS detectors here on my channel, we know where it's heading. Sorry, guys. Tracking, tracing, controlling of the masses. Hey guys, I also yesterday I went up to the town next to my town, which is about 40 minutes away, and I went and saw the movie Wicked. There's a movie theatre still in the next town. So I took my daughter, we saw Wicked. And my hubby too, he really enjoyed it as well. It was really good. It's a really great musical. It was fun. It actually reminded me of the old musicals of the old days where there was lots of dancing, like the Fred Astaire with the big group of dancers. It was actually a very good movie. I actually enjoyed it. And that was part 1, so there's a part 2, unfortunately, to follow. That's annoying, isn't it? So I did see Wicked, and I did really enjoy it. I have to say, Ariana Grande, was it? She played a great role, and the girl as well, opposite her, the green girl, who plays, sorry guys, the Wicked Witch of the West, played a great role. But it's very musical, it's very fun, so go check it out. Hey, other thing, guys, I've got to mention, my neighbours on the weekend yelled out to my hubby, hey, come and look at this. I mean, they'd found a great big brown snake, like this long, like long in their backyard, guys, wrapped around a pot, and they're very dangerous and deadly, guys. So, yes, it was a bit shocking, and it was quite fat. My hubby said it was fat. Anyway, they've sort of sorted that out, and hopefully we don't see any more. But we do live not far from the creek, and snakes are a part of living in Australia, so it's something we do have to live with, but you just don't want to see them. I reckon I'd walk past that many, but I just don't want to know about it. Oh God, snakes in Australia. Oh, it's just bad, guys. So we're very cautious. We're coming out making a lot of noise when we're coming out in the yard, because it's sort of snake season here. We don't get them over winter, they hibernate, and you just don't see them. But now that we've had some really hot days, Sunday was really hot here, it was like 33 degrees. So it sort of brings the snakes out. They like to bathe themselves in the sun, don't they? All right, enough of that. Let's get on with the reading, and we'll see what comes up. I'm getting shown this timeline, guys, and it's us. We're on this timeline, but we're further along the timeline now. We're really shifting fast. If you're here on my channel, you're awakened, and we call ourselves the BS detectors, which means we see through the bullshit, garbage and lies we're currently being fed. We're moving further and further along this timeline, because the shift is starting to happen really rapidly now. That's what I'm getting. It's moving faster and faster, but we're always keeping ahead of it. We're out in front. As awakened souls, we're out in front, moving faster and faster along this timeline of awakening. We don't sit idle. That's what I'm getting for us. Keep moving. And I'm getting that song. Is it by S Club? Keep on moving to the funky, funky beat. And a lot of you guys like that song too. Keep on moving to the funky, funky beat. So keep on moving. I'm just getting that song. All right. I think it says Club 7, isn't it? All right. Which means, if you're not sure what that means, it means just keep growing, keep evolving, keep spiritually expanding. These are the kind of things we have to keep doing, guys. I had a really funny energy day yesterday. I don't know if you guys felt it. Let me know down below if you felt it. My hubby and I both felt it in the afternoon. There was a very strange energy for about 5 hours. And we both kept talking about it. We said, what is going on? It was just like this cloud came over, and it was just this strange energy, and I couldn't even pinpoint what it was. Even my hubby kept saying it. There's some weird vibe going on. It's not like that today, but it was just yesterday for a few, like 5 hours. There was like this change of the heaviness, the energy in the air. Come here, Spock. Over here, darling. Don't knock the camera. Stop. You know what, Spock? Come this way. Oh, just redirecting, guys. Sorry. Or the camera will go over. All right, let's keep going. Getting a lot of turmoil in Turkey. I'm just getting Turkey. A lot of turmoil. Hostile energy, turmoil. Anger rising in Turkey. Obviously, sprockets it. I'm sort of getting that war energy in Turkey. Turkey. A lot of trouble coming in Turkey. All right. I'm getting plasticine protests. They're going to be just kicking off again. These are going to be huge globally, worldwide. We're going to hear more about these plasticine protests. And I think the thing is that what's getting all of us really frustrated too, guys, is that nothing's being done about them. No one's stopping them. What, the police go and just supervise? Like, what even is that? Like, this is all getting really uncomfortable for a lot of races now, isn't it? It's becoming awkward. It's uncomfortable, and these protests need to be stopped. They need to be stopped. The thing is, I think at the end of the day, it's not changing anything either. It's not changing anything. It's not causing anything to change or anything to shift. So the fact that they're getting bigger, all it means is it's bringing trouble to those countries. Like, for example, Australia, UK, they're probably going on in China, or I'm guessing America they would be. They're just causing problems, bigger problems. All right. So they're still growing in numbers, but of course not being addressed. Just letting them march. They say they're going to address it, but what's happening? Nothing. All right. The only thing that's stopping them and easing them off in the UK, like I keep saying, is that the little people are standing up against all of that, and they're starting to override the plasticine protests. It's so good. And that would... Spocket's nearly knocking the camera over, guys. Sorry about that. So that's what I'm getting. The little people are the ones actually starting to take control of the plasticine protests in the UK. Not seeing Australia doing anything, because like I tell you, they're a bunch of gutless wonders down here and no one does diddly-do. All right. Some of you have been saying too about the immortal CV virus, like there's more coming out of Panda. Of course there is. It's never going to end. We know it's immortal. But I am getting the cruise liners are going to become the petri dishes again. Oh, we were talking the other day about the wonderful cruise liners you can go on and you can have your nude cruise. Go on. This is a big thing now. But like I said to you guys, I think it's more just providing a place for the creepos to go. I mean, this is just too weird. I know you guys, sorry I had a bug on my coffee. I think it's weird, but I am seeing more petri dish cruise liners. They're going to get blamed again for a lot of the viruses. So this is going to become an issue. It's always an issue, but I do feel that, I feel change is coming in the cruise lining industry. I just do. I always say it. They're wanting to make them more elite. They don't want the little people, peasants and Lego people. I always see that Titanic where there's all the wealthy people on the top decks and the good decks, and the little peasants get put down in the depths of the ship. Just like Titanic, I keep getting that. That's the long-term goal of these elites, is to have us all working for them. Shoving the coal in underneath the ship or whatever, for example. Not that that happens now, but it did back then. That's just the visual they're giving me. Meaning they want all of us working for them on the same income. We know that's pretty much the goal they're setting. All right. God, for some reason I'm getting Starmageddon, I'm getting Chris Luxon, and I'm getting Sushi. So I don't know why Sushi's in the equation. Maybe he's still doing some transitions with Starmageddon on a few things. Maybe there was a bit of unfinished business that Sushi needs to pass on for Starmageddon to take care of. But I am seeing Chris Luxon communicating with Starmageddon. Oh, this can't be good, guys. I am seeing that because we know Chris Luxon, New Zealand's trying to get you guys on the world stage and keep you there. So he has to work at keeping you important. Could be resources and commodities. We talk a lot about the wine industry, the sheep industry, which would be wool, things like that. Maybe trading with the UK. I am getting that. You might see him more popping up at VIP important meetings. I said he'd be going to more. Well, he might be connecting with Starmageddon. Oh, you don't want him connecting with Starmageddon. We don't want him getting any ideas, do we, off Starmageddon? His ideas are pretty crap, aren't they? Especially the inheritance with the farmers stuff. All right, hang on, let's keep going. So I'm feeling like Chris Luxon's going to be a bit out of the country a lot now. Now till Christmas, you might not see a lot of Chris Luxon in New Zealand. He'll be on holidays, he'll be at meetings. He'll be out of sight for a little while, and I'm getting that out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. So I think you can sort of sit back for a little while in New Zealand for the next few months. I don't think you've got a lot going on, purely because he's going to be too busy is what I'm getting. Oh, you're still going to have cost of living and all the basic stuff, but I don't think you're going to get hit hard with anything in the next few months, maybe not till February. So kick back and have a nice little rest. I've got to say, I did enjoy going to the movies, guys, and having the old movie experience with the popcorn and sitting back and having a little rest. It was a good switch off for a couple of hours, I've got to say. Just reminded me, sorry guys, off on a tangent. I know you guys love the movies as well. All right, let's see if there's anything more. I'm getting Europe's rising. I just keep getting Europe's rising in these waves of awakening. Europe wants to return to its grassroots. People want their old lives back. They don't want the dictatorships. They don't want all the BS and garbage that they've been lied to for a number of years now. They're wanting to rise above that. So I am seeing that frequency vibration rising in Europe. There's a lot of awakening going on in Europe. And I always say to you guys, they've had severe cost of living financial distress in Europe to the point that life has become unlivable, unaffordable. And I'm sort of getting this, that people are reprogramming their minds in Europe. There's like a reprogramming. It's almost like a reboot for the people in Europe. We know a lot of them would have been in the mass psychosis around the picky wheel, but everything else they're not in the mass psychosis for. So there's like this reboot going on in Europe. It's a huge shake-up, a huge reboot. It's like when you turn your computer off and it resets itself. I'm getting that for Europe. There's a resetting of Europe. Let's hope this is all around the awakening, guys. Instead of like that chaos of when your computer's not working properly and it's slow and it's buffering and all that. I feel like things in Europe are being like switched off, but when they switch back on, everything's coming into greater clarity. This is for the people. They're waking up, guys. So good. Waves of awakening across Europe. It's happening. All right. See if there's one more thing and then we'll pull some cards, guys. I'm getting Hong Kong Panda. People are scared. Obviously there's viruses and all sorts of things going around, but it's this control. We talked the other day about them arresting people for pro-democracy, freedom of speech. I think, Chris, you were saying it could have also been that it was a written word, which is quite possible. Actually, over there in Panda, they're very strict on these kind of things. So I am getting there's a lot of fear building in Hong Kong and Panda around freedom of speech. People, I mean, they don't have a lot of rights in that, well, the way their countries run it in the communism, but I do feel like there's even more being taken from them now. They're being, well, it's, if you think about it, it's like the one everything. So everybody's being squashed and made the same in Panda, and I think that's been happening for a long time over there. But I'm particularly getting Hong Kong. Maybe a lot of these things are starting to come out in Hong Kong. We know they've had surveillance. They're probably losing their jobs to, well, pretty much robots, AI, all that stuff. You think of a big city like Hong Kong. Where's everyone working? For all the big bloody factories like Temu, probably Amazon's probably got one there, I don't know. It's mental. So everyone will be on just the same income. So I feel like there's a lot going on in Hong Kong. And we don't see it. See, we're not privy to that information. It's because mainstream media doesn't give us that information. So that's what I'm getting. There's a lot going on in Hong Kong that people aren't aware of. A lot of rules, regulations changing. And people are very, very scared to speak out against the narrative and against their government. And again, I do feel like that the government uses the viruses a lot to really put the fear in people. They make them sound really horrendous. We know that in the very beginning, when this all went down, the pandemic in the very beginning, they showed people falling down dead on the streets in Panda. Like, were they? Probably not, because they were making out they were the unjabbed who were going to just drop dead on the ground. And that didn't happen because we're all kind of here. Not saying it couldn't happen, but it did seem like the footage might not have been correct, just saying. It's mad. Let me see. Are you right, Spocky? He's so tired. Let me see if there's one more thing and then we'll pull some cards. They're showing me Trudeau in China, and he's not wanting to look back. It's showing me like him with whiplash and a big like neck collar on, meaning he doesn't want to look back. He doesn't want to look back at anything. He doesn't want to look back at the past. He doesn't want to look back at any corruption he's been involved with. He doesn't want to look at any of that. Like I say, he always wants to move forward and keep building his position on the world stage of power. So I do see him just looking forward. He doesn't look back. He won't look back. Trudeau just keeps moving forward on his plight. He takes it very, very seriously. The things he's implementing in his mind, he thinks they're world-changing. He thinks he's got some great, wonderful ideas that the people should embrace, which actually the people, pretty much, as most of you living there know, think are absolutely ridiculous, ludicrous and crazy. But in his mind, it all makes sense and it's logic, and he's very intelligent, so the little people need to start to really listen to him. And he'll keep voicing his ideas and pushing them onto the people. That's just how he is. He's going to be hard to get out, guys. He will eventually collapse. I say it all the time. Dictating tyrants always come unstuck. It's just a waiting game, guys. I know he's been in for a long time, but it's just a matter of time. A matter of time. A matter of time. So be patient. Where there's a will, there's a way, the guides keep saying. He's so frustrating, isn't he, guys? Hang on. I feel like Trudeau's coming up with all these stupid money-back schemes, and he's like looking at this risk-reward system. So if you take a risk with your government, you'll be rewarded. It's almost like, you know, how if you buy solar panels, you're going to get money back in your grid and you'll have money back. And we know it's all BS because it's never going to happen. I feel like he's working on a lot of this risk reward. If you get a home loan with our government, you'll really be rewarded. You may never own the home, of course not, but you're going to have a roof over your head and you'll be happy. You know, all this bullshit that they go on with. That's what I'm getting for Trudeau. He's looking at this risk reward systems. Like, if people are willing to take a risk with their government, they will be rewarded. A little bit like the picky wheel. Like, if you do what we say, we'll reward you. Same sort of scenario. That's the stuff that Trudeau keeps working on. Risk reward. So don't fall for it. Anyone living in China? We know it's a scam, but you didn't fall for it the first time. So I'm not thinking you're going to fall for it moving forward. But this is stuff he's working on. The fake rewards that we know they never are. They're just a way to con people, basically. Oh, you're right, Spocky. Come here. Oh, he's a bit goofy, isn't he? Let's pull some cards, guys. All right. Let's pull an Earth Song Oracle. I might pull two of these. Yeah, breathe life, travel. Breathe life, travel. What a powerful and stabilizing tool your breath is. Very true. Yeah. See, you have to get out. This is why we always talk about nature, focusing on your breath. When you're feeling anxious or worried or fearful, just focus on your breath. I'll leave a meditation video over here about breathing that can help you if you're feeling a bit stressed. I've got a few videos on that sort of thing because your breath is so important. Eckhart Tolle is the master at teaching you how to live in the now and learning to breathe and slow. Breathing helps you to slow down your mind too. It clears the clutter. We talk about the spiritual decluttering all the time. It's like a purification, because when you're breathing, your whole chest opens up. It gets the resistance out of your body. It allows you to flow more. God, I can feel myself opening up even now after that weird day I had yesterday, that weird feelings. I don't know what that was yesterday, but it was a very strange feeling. Autumn, harvest, change, endings. Change is inevitable and endings lead to beginnings. Oh, this is probably for a lot of you overseas. You're just coming out of autumn now and you're heading into winter. I know a lot of you got a bit of snow. You've got your harsh frosts coming in. But really, if you think of, hey Soph, you think of autumn, it does bring change. The trees are deciduous. They lose their leaves to protect themselves over the harsh winter, but then they emerge again once spring comes. Harvest, change, endings. So change is okay. We talk about it a lot. We've accepted change a lot more here on my channel. We're not as fearful of change, are we, anymore, guys? We used to be a bit nervous of change, but now we really embrace change because it can bring with it a lot of positives. Let's do an affirmation. Oh. Okay. That's the pig. Choose. There will come a time when you will leave this human experience and changing your mind will no longer be an option. You have the right to choose. Spot on. We have the right to choose our own path and our own destiny. We often talk about forging our path on the road less travelled and using our machetes to carve a path forward. Very important, guys, that we keep doing that. Choose your own path is what that to me confirms. It's a choice. Sometimes that's not an easy road. I understand that, guys. Staying true to your beliefs and your, what would you say, the things that you feel strong about is not easy, because you can easily, people will try and squash you, but you have to really stand in your position of power and stability is what I'm getting. All right, let's see if there's anything to finish off with today. I'm getting that. Come here, Soph. Oh, show me. Got to show a fraud at the end. Come here, Spock. It's fine. Come here, cuddle. I'm getting that song. Sorry, I just got bitten by a mossy guy. Oh, Sophie, come here now. Come here. I'm getting that song. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough and I want my share. Can't you see? You can take more than you give. What about me? Who sings that song? I even know who sings it. I can't think of it. What about me? So put yourself first, guys. I can't think who sings it. Take a step back and see the little people. Oh, I can't blank. Oh, my brain is Swiss cheese, guys. Thank you for your support out there. I know a lot of you have the Swiss cheese brain. You confirm that. What about me? Can't think of it. But there's nothing wrong with putting yourself first, guys, because it always helps others. If you're in a stronger feeling place and you're nurturing and looking after yourself, you're always more supportive for others. I often tell you to really focus on that. Not in a selfish way, but just in a healthy way. Let's see if there's anything more. Oh, poor Spocky's choking over there. All right, hang on. Oh, I'm getting that song again. We've had it a few times, that Eddie Murphy song from Beverly Hills Cop. The heat is on the streets, pressure's high, can't be beat, because the heat is on. And this is the heat is on these global elites. The heat is on because people are waking up, people are aware, people are seeing, people are knowing. The heat is on. Oh, it's a great song. I love that song. I love Beverly Hills Cop. It's funny as. All right, hang on. That's good. We want the heat on them and the spotlight on them because they have to start answering questions. Someone like Starmageddon needs to start answering a lot of questions, and the heat is on because of the protesting. All right, hang on. Oh, they won't stop giving me. I have to give you the songs because they won't let me get to the next thing. I'm getting that Barry Gibb song and Barbara Streisand song, Guilty, again. And we got nothing to be guilty of, our love, climbing a mountain near or far. I absolutely love that song. And we'll never let it end. We are in devotion. And maybe that's about us too, like climb every mountain, the love energy frequency. You think of some of the words in these songs, like really, they were written so long ago, but they have a lot of meaning today with a lot of the things that we've all been going through, haven't they, guys? So we've got nothing to be guilty of. The fact that we chose not to get jabbed, or people were forced down a road they didn't want to go, and there's nothing, and then they hopped off, like I know a lot of you here, some of you got jab injured, etc. There's nothing to feel guilty of, because we don't want to follow the narrative, and not just around the picky wheel, I mean everything, renewables. I'm going to just leave you with that song today, because I really love it. All right, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia, bye from me and the doggos. Sophie, you going to say goodbye? Sophie, cheer up. Where is she? There's Sophie. Sophie, come here, say hello. Sit. Oh, Sophie. It's a goof, isn't it? That's better. Good girl. And Spocket, oh, he's right down the end of the yard somewhere, looking for snacks as usual. And I'll leave you with that song by Barbara Streisand and Barry Gibb. Guilty. Beautiful. All right, we've got nothing to be guilty of. Just keep sticking to yourself and staying in your truth and your stability, guys, and forging your own path forward. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, like buttons, please comment, and like I said, please consider subscribing. It'd be lovely to have you here. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.